Welcome to this video on why and how to use SwiftText translation solution in Zendesk. Implementing SwiftText's automatic translation system for support teams is a strategic move that can lead to enhanced customer support, more efficient operations, broader market reach, and increased customer satisfaction. It's a hugely important tool for businesses looking to provide support services in a global and diverse customer landscape, without the need for your support team to be proficient in multiple languages. First, we will demonstrate how the system translates a French message in real time and allows the agents to reply in English. Then, we will run through the steps of how we can set this up using the Triggers+ChatGPT app within Zendesk. The process involves two workflows, one for translating inbound messages and another for outbound messages. Let's move into the demo. A new ticket has arrived in French. You can see a few moments after the ticket was created, the app kicked in and made a translation. This is an example of the inbound workflow. If you wish to reply to the customer in their native language, whether that's French or something else, the process involves creating an internal note and starting with a specific string, such as #translate. To make this even more efficient, you can use a macro. We have already built this macro for this process, so we'll select it from the menu. Then we'll simply replace the templated text with a message in English and press submit. Shortly after submitting the ticket, you'll see the internal note within the comments, and then moments later, the translated public comment will appear. And there we have it. Now let's run through the setup steps. To translate inbound messages, navigate to SwiftText's Triggers+ChatGPT app and create a new workflow. Name this Translate Inbound. Initially, set the trigger to respond when a new ticket is created. The action needs to be set to translate. Translate direction should be set to inbound, and then set the language to match your requirements. This configuration will mean that any tickets that aren't in the specified language will have a translation added as an internal note. Finally, enable the workflow and hit the Save button. After this is saved, you will then need to adjust the conditions on the Zendesk trigger so that when the ticket is not only created but also updated, it will perform the translation. To do this, go back into the configuration for Translate Inbound. Now, click on View Trigger. In the Meet Any of the Following Conditions section, set Ticket is Created or Ticket is Updated. We then must set the All conditions to only when a comment is public, and then hit Save. Now let's set up the trigger for translating outbound messages. Create a new workflow named Translate Outbound. This time, we should set the trigger to respond when a ticket is updated. The action needs to be set to translate. The translate direction should be set to outbound. In the To Language box, it's recommended to set this to the user's language, but you can change this to use a specific language if required. Although the replies will be public, the app uses internal notes inputted by your agent and then sends a public reply once these are submitted. The internal note should start with a specific phrase, for example #translate, to trigger the translation. Then enable the workflow and hit Save. Next, we need to set triggers to only translate comments that are private and contain the translate note. Head back into the configuration for Translate Outbound, and then click View Trigger. You can remove any tag conditions that were automatically set, and then add comment is private, and comment text contains the string #translate. Then press Save. The final step is to enable the ChatGPT automations. This completes the process of configuring the inbound and outbound triggers. Thanks for watching this video. We hope you found it helpful.